Nintendo, the company, and we just released new Zelda. Please buy it. Now you may be asking yourself, why buy this wasted $60 compared to the others? Well, I'm glad I asked, because with this Zelda, you could do anything, depending on how much you stretch the term anything. We truly can't think of anything more worth spending $60 plus a simple $300 console on. Please do it, we just tried selling you the Wii U. Remember me? Yes, we made a little bit off our previous game, but we decided we wanted more from you guys, so we're introducing the all-new sequel to Breath of the Wild. The sequel to Breath of the Wild. Coming up with names is hard, okay? You be a multi-billion-dollar company and try making up new names. I dare you. Oh! Just got wind. I needed to state that saying the actual name would spoil something about the game. Oops. Huh. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a game I feel like we don't need to go over. It laid the groundwork for the future Zelda series, showing what open worlds can be and just being an absolutely beautiful game. December is when I picked it up. On Wii U. Great. I mean, the Wii U version was an apology letter to Wii U owners, because the final version was really optimized for the Switch. But hey, it's the full game and even has the DLC, so it's a fine enough option if you didn't have a Switch. But a better question is, who had a Wii U? But for me, I didn't get my Switch until late 2018. Damn it! To be fair, I was 10, so I didn't realize it launched until a year after release. But the game I got with it? You know for a fact I didn't finish it too. But for Christmas of that year, I got Breath of the Wild on my Switch. It was here where I actually played it for the first time. But to cut to the chase, since I got my Switch fairly late compared to others, I didn't have to wait too long for the announcement of Tears of the Kingdom. It was revealed at E3 2019. I was sitting in my room and I saw the announcement, and 11-year-old me was fucking losing it. Oh my god, a new Zelda game? Keep in mind, I was 11, so you could have probably just showed me a title screen and I would have lost my shit. All I knew was that Zelda was a big Nintendo series and I should like it. This trailer seems to basically be the intro of the game, but the more you look at it, it gets weird. Firstly, there are the slight changes to the environment, like the area is much more open compared to the corridor of the final game, and some details like the bowl following Link and Zelda, and either a redesign or what I assume to be Thunder Temple makes me think at the very least, story beats were changed. But regardless or not, I knew that this game was going to be even bigger and better than Breath of the Wild. It was only going to be like, what, 2 years? This just in, there have been reports that the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has not gotten any new information for the past 2 years. In other news, there's been a 7-car pileup on whatever the hell road. We'll get back to the first story shortly. Wow, that's impressive. It took 2 years to get any new information about this game, and this wait cycle was so long. Remember, this was during times, so everyone was at home, thus development was probably pretty slow, meaning this would have been shown in a late 2020 direct if there was no bubonic plague. But since we're in this timeline, the best we could do is E3 2021. This trailer, however, showed so much more. We got to see some gameplay and cutscenes alongside what we now know are the Great Sky Islands. Everything was looking much better, and I was excited to see even more this game had. And I waited. And 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 waited. Okay, does this game even have a development team? Of course, I understood that this game was supposed to be even larger than Breath of the Wild, but the game, I feel like, was revealed way too early. It would have made more sense to me if they revealed this in a mid or late 2020 direct. As with the timeline between trailers, it was way too slow of an information drop. We waited 2 years and got a single trailer, then had to wait another year just for this?
2022年に発売を予定しているとお伝えしていましたが、 開発にもう少しお時間をいただきたく、発売を2023年春に変更させていただきたいと思います。
This was disappointing. In hindsight, this was definitely for the best, as the game was delayed to get it to run well on Switch. But with the release being announced as 2022 and it to be delayed until spring 2023, it was kind of lame. Especially since it was 2022 for the Switch. Like, what games released that year? I'm sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. Luckily, only 6 months later, we got a new trailer which definitely grew interest in the game again. It showed off some new abilities and finally unveiled the name, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. It felt weird. Any time between this trailer and the game's release, I kept calling it Breath of the Wild 2, which was its title for almost 3 years. But finally, with a concrete release day and title, the trailers and speculation went wild. The final few months before release contained all the information we had on this game up to this point, because in February, we got another trailer. It unveiled the depths and Ganondorf and was the one that sold me on the game. The world and everything in it seemed way more interesting than anything in Breath of the Wild. Marston finally gave us an extended view on the game with a 10-minute gameplay demonstration showing the new abilities and how they can be used. The one problem I had was, despite Ultra Hand being the most interesting ability they gave you, Eiji Aonuma showed it in a pretty bad light. He went through the example so slowly and it just seemed to be clunky. Luckily, I was wrong, and it's one of the most entertaining ability to use. And to end things off, a month before release, we got the final trailer. This one combined all the information of the prior trailers and compiled it here. Oh wow, it's launch day. Okay, well, I'm going to GameSwap. What games should I bring? Fuck it. Okay, so what we have is shit game, NBA 2K18, fucking reverse larceny theft, and Pokemon Sword. Good enough.